Hello everyone, my name is Dawn. I'm your yoga teacher today. Today we're going to learn how to do chair yoga. All you need is only a chair, very simple one, like a folding chair or a sturdy one. But it's better to have no side arms on the side and also no wheels underneath. We need it stable, okay? You don't need the yoga mat, you just need the chair, and you don't need the other props. So, of course, you need your stretchable clothes to do the yoga. Before we start, I want to give you a very simple introduction about yoga. I think most of you may know yoga originated in ancient India. And back to the early development, it was quite chaotic because too many different theories about yoga. And until one day, there's a very famous Indian sage called Patanjali. He just systemized the yoga into 8 different aspects. And we also call them 8 limbs of yoga. And today we just learn one of them, the asanas, the physical poses. And nowadays, when you go to the yoga studios, most of the time you just learn one aspect, the asanas. And actually, beside these asanas, we also have the pranayama, it's a breath control. We also have the meditation, concentration, and also your self-discipline, and also your attitudes to this outside world, and withdrawal from senses, and also the absolute bliss. So through all these 8 glimpses of yoga, we can make good connection with gods. It's true because it's from India, so it's very religious. But if you don't have any religious belief, you can think of you make connection with your own belief. Like maybe you believe in the nature, you may believe in science, whatever you believe. Through practicing these different aspects of yoga, you can make the good connection with what you believe. That's why we need to practice yoga. And also, because it's from India, so we always practice this in the morning time and also in the evening because it's very hot in India, right? And also because it's from India, we will respect the Indian culture. And you may know a lot of Indians, they are vegetarian. So when we practice yoga, we better encourage you to stop eating meats. And we also practice the yoga with empty stomach because there's a lot of twisting. So you better prepare your stomach empty and make sure you're not too hungry as well, okay? And also, through all this long development nowadays, yoga is very popular. And in 2016, it also has been included by the UNESCO for the Intangible Cultural Heritage List. So now we're going to learn how to do the chair yoga. Okay, let's start with our neck and shoulder stretch. So you sit in the middle of your chair and you sit upright and open your feet about your hip width apart. And then you need to use one hand to hold the bottom of the chair. Make sure you can straighten the arm. So this is the option 1. And option 2, you can even place your arm behind your back and hold the side of the chair like this. Then you bring the other arm overhead, touch the crown of your head, and touch the top of your opposite ear. If you find this is not easy, you can just hang your arm like this, okay? Then I demonstrate the normal pose for you. Like this, sit upright, relax your shoulders, and then slowly turn your head to the side. And then you can close your eyes, soften your face, relax your neck. Just feel the weight of your head and your upper arm. Let the gravity help you stretch your body. Keep your breath long and smooth. Slow down your breath. Enjoy this stretching and hold this pose for at least 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, you can release your top hand and then you look over the shoulder and the hand will be on the back of your head and turn your nose very close to the armpit and then relax your neck and your head again. Then you can feel the stretching on the other side of your neck. And hold this pose for about 30 seconds as well. And finally, you release your top hand and push against your forehead. Turn your head back to facing forward. Release your back hand. And then roll your shoulders back for a few circles. And then you do the other side. Okay, let's do forward fold. So you open your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders and sit a little bit forward because we're going to go forward. So make sure your hips still on the chair. You lengthen the spine and then slowly you drop your head forward. Feel the stretch on the back of your neck. And then slowly flex your upper back, mid back, lower back. You can slide your hands along your shins and let your body go forward. Just relax, but make sure you're pressing your feet against the floor firmly. And let your body go forward. You can just stay here. You can even wrap your arms inside to outside around your ankles. Just drop your head forward more. And then you can even do more by catching the legs of the chair and pull your head closer to the legs. Or you can even reach the back legs and pull your head closer to the floor. Keep hanging your head down, don't hold your head tight. It's a good chance for you to stretch your neck. All you need to do is just relaxing your head. And also let the gravity pull your head down to help you stretch your neck. You can stay here for at least 30 seconds. If you want to, you can stay for 1 minute. And then after 1 minute, you release your hands. Put your hands on your thighs or your knees. Contract your abs a little bit and slowly roll your body upright. And this is your forward fold. Okay, let's do the twisting. You start with sitting on one side, like the back of the chair on one of your sides, and you need to close your legs and your feet together. And you sit back a little bit to make sure you have more support. And then you hold the back of the chair with both arms and make sure you're not striking the shoulder. Try to get the shoulders down. If you feel holding one side is not easy, you can hold in the middle of the back of the chair, okay? So hold the side, both sides of the back of the chair. You sit upright, lengthen the spine, and then you press your hands against the back of the chair to help you rotate from the bottom of your hips up to the crown of your head. So start with your lower back, and then your mid back and upper back, and look over the shoulder. Inhale, you sit taller. Exhale, you deepen the pose from the tail up to the crown of your head. Inhale, sit taller. Exhale, rotate your spine from lower back, mid back, upper back, and your neck. Inhale, sit taller. Exhale, rotate your lumbar spine, your thoracic spine, and your cervical spine as well. And try to get the shoulders away from your ears. And hold the pose for 30 seconds at least. And then slowly release from this pose. And then you turn your body facing forward. The same direction, we're going to deepen the pose with the chair pose. Now, then you place when you were doing this, the outside arm at the outside of your opposite knee, the outer knee of your opposite leg. Close your legs together, feet together, and then put the palms together in front of your chest and your upper elbow pointing towards the ceiling. And then you press your upper hand against your lower hand to help you turn your chest up towards the ceiling. This is the revolved chair pose. Inhale, you lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen the pose to add to your rotation even in a bigger range. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press your upper hand against your lower hand to help you twist your spine. And stabilize your knees. Don't let your elbow pushing your knees away. Inhale again. Exhale and deepen the pose. And hold the pose for 30 seconds. Then slowly release from the pose. And then you can turn to the other side. Do the other side now. Now, let's do the chest and shoulder stretch. We need to use the top of the back of your chair, so it's better to have a soft surface. But if you have a hard ground like this, then you can use the towel, fold a towel, put it over, then you have a better cushion for your arms, okay? You start with sitting a little bit backward. Your feet about your hip width apart, and then you bring your arms back, like what I'm doing. Interlace your fingers. You can keep opening the heels of the palms like this, okay? Like this. And then you sit upright. You may feel the tendency, you will arch the back. So try to get your lower ribs inside. You need to contract the abs a little bit. Stay like this. And then you adjust your body by moving your hips, walk your hips forward, like what I'm doing, okay? Until you feel this is comfortable for yourself, and don't shrug your shoulders. Try to depress your shoulders away from your ears and keep sitting like this. Then you could feel a lot of stretching for your chest and your shoulders. And if you really want more, you can even close the heels of the palms together to make a fist. Then you can feel more. If you still feel that's nothing for you, you can go to lean back a little bit more. Then you may find more stretching for your shoulders. And make sure you're still sitting on the chair. And then we can hold the pose for 30 seconds or even 1 minute. Depends on your body condition. And release from the pose. You just release your arms. Roll your shoulders back for a few circles. And this is your chest and your shoulder stretch. After the chest stretching, let's do the back stretching now. It's an eagle pose. So you sit upright on your chair, and then you bring one arm in front of you. Keep the elbow at 90 degrees, like this. And this is my right arm. Then I get the other arm under to see is it possible to cross your elbows and cross your palms. And try to raise your elbows as high as your shoulders and depress your shoulders away from your ears. From this pose, you could feel a lot of stretching on the rhomboid, the muscles between the shoulder blades. If this is too much, you can just cross your arms like this. This is your option, okay? And then your lower body, you sit in the middle of the chair. Now, I cross the opposite leg over the other one. This is my left leg on the top. I cross the thighs first. If you feel this is okay, then try to cross your ankles like this. From the side way, I'll show you the pose. Like this. And try to depress your shoulders down. You can just stay here. You can even fold your body forward. But you just need to round your upper back and your neck. Don't round your lower back, because if you go down like this, you don't feel the stretching on your rhomboid, the muscles between the shoulder blades. So just flex your neck and your upper back, but keep your lower back straight. And hold the pose for another 30 seconds. Let your palms drop down closer to the floor and stay in this pose. And then slowly release from the pose Lengthen the spine, release your arms, release your legs. If you can cross your ankles, of course you just need to cross your legs like this. But if you have knees problem, you find crossing the legs like this is not comfortable for you, you can just open your feet about the hip width apart. This is your option. Now, the pose is called figure 4. You just need to start with your feet about your hip width apart and make sure you can keep the knees at 90 degrees. You sit in the middle of your chair, and then to see, is it possible to hold one leg like this and place the ankle bone on the opposite thigh, very close to the kneecap. Dorsiflex your heels, so like you're standing on the floor, you flex your ankles. This knee could be really high, then you can use a little bit warm up for your hip joints, like this. Push your knees up and down, bounce knee to help you open the hip joint. Because your hip joint is the biggest joint of your body, it may take a bit longer time. If you feel a lot stretching already, you sit like this, stay for 30 seconds. But if you find this is okay for you, then we go for more. If you want more, you put one hand on the knee, the other hand on the ankle, flex the ankle, sit upright, lengthen the spine, and then you lean your torso forward. Then you will feel a lot of stretching around the muscles, around your sitting bones. And that's your piriformis. We stretch that muscles more, then you will have less chance to have sciatic pain. So it's really useful for people who are suffering from this problem. Then you just lean forward. If you feel this is okay for you, then you can go for the next movement. You can just slowly flex your body forward, hang your body down like this. Now I turn to the other side to let you see my movement. Keep the foot like this, sit upright, lean forward, keep the back straight. Inhale, you lengthen, exhale to see any space you can go for more. And keep flexing the heel and go forward more. And finally, to see is it possible to hang your arms over the legs and flex your body down. And stay here for 30 seconds. Then you press the foot into the floor, roll your body upright, and then release the leg, and then do the other side. Now, let's do the side sequence. You start with holding the back of the chair, and then you move your hips to one side, like what I'm doing. Just sit with one sit bone on the chair. Make sure this is stable enough. And then you open the leg to the sideway until the foot and your knee pointing to the sideway. And then you extend the other leg to the sideway as well, but you can start with in a diagonal way. Walk your foot, toes, heels out like this, and try to keep the hips facing forward. You may find the knee will go forward as well, and then that's why we need to use the arm later. But make sure you're sitting with only one sit bone on the chair. The other sit bone will be off the chair. That's why we don't use the armchair, because you need the size. Okay, hold the chair, open your legs as wide as possible. The back foot, just turn your foot inward a little bit, just a little bit, that's enough. And place your hands on your hips. Keep your hips facing forward first. And you may see the knee will keep pushing forward, right? That's why you need to use the arm. Use your forearm. Roll the inner thigh muscle out in the middle of your thigh, like this, but don't lean into the leg. You need to give some space between your lower shoulder and the ear. Use your forearm, roll the inner thighs out, then the bent knee will point to the sideway easily. And then you reach the other arm overhead and turn your chest up towards the ceiling and keep using your lower arm to roll the inner thigh out. Then you could feel a lot stretching around your hips. This is extended side angle pose. And try to keep this pose for 30 seconds. and don't lean into the leg. You still need to use the chair to support yourself. And then we flow to the other pose. It's called the reversed warrior. Okay. Now come up to the warrior 2 first, and then the back hand to touch the leg. Don't push into the leg, just touch it. And then bring the other arm overhead and side stretch your body to the other side. And then finally, turn your chest up. Actually, your spine is doing the lateral flexion plus rotation. And hold the pose like this. Keep the chest facing up. You hold the pose for 30 seconds. And then you flow back to the extended ankle pose. When you exhale, back to the extended side ankle pose. When you inhale, you come back to the reversed warrior. Exhale, go down. Follow your breath. Inhale, come up. And turn your chest towards the ceiling. You inhale and exhale through your nose only. And come up again. After 3 rounds, back to the warrior 2. And then hold the back of the chair. Close your legs slowly. And then you can do the other side. Okay, this is the sequence of today's chair yoga. So you may find this is really easy to practice at home, especially during the lockdown. Then you may have sit for a really long time in front of your computer. So you can do this kind of chair yoga in the middle when you take a break. Then you can feel the stretching. Then you can keep on go back to your work. So don't find any excuse to stop exercising yourself. So this chair yoga, you can do it very easily doing your work. Okay? So hope you keep practicing and make yourself more healthy. Stay safe